Hello everybody. Today we're going to solve most simple question on HackerRank. I believe it's the second challenge called the simple array sum under algorithm warm-up. It is a simple challenge, but I remember when I just started, it was just I have no idea how to do it. So let me walk you through it. Okay, given an array of integers, find the sum of its element. For example, the array equal list 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6, so return 6, right? So there's a lot of function descriptions here, but when I look at it, I was like, so there's an input of the number of the array, and there's like 6 input, right? So sample input I give you, and then sample output was 31, which is the sum of this, right? So how the heck do I put this, turn this into a function, right? So I had no clue when I started. So what I did was I literally write down the numbers. The 4 plus 10 plus 11, right? Equals something, equals 31, right? So this is the function that I want to achieve, and it doesn't matter, like, first line is an integer, the second line contains n space separated integer, which means that the number of input could change. This number could change, and the number of inputs could change as well. The integers in the numbers in the array could change too. So how do I achieve that? Right. So the first thing that came to my mind was, can I use some sort of for loop or something that represents these numbers, right? So I can represent it with an I, right? For I in range n, and I did that first. I remember did that first, and just try to return the sum of it, right? The whole thing, right? I had no idea how to do it. So I remember it was supposed to be like, because when I just look at it, I was like, how am I supposed to represent this array with anything, if any, right? So let's see, return 6. Right? Can I put this I like, so the for loop pretty much iterates from the integers here from 0 to 6 to 5, right? So and okay, awesome. Also, the one thing that I didn't realize when I did the for loop, is that I get to define the this parameter, which is in the parentheses. Otherwise, it's not going to run properly. So n equals length parentheses array. What this says is pretty much, this is the parameter that we put in, and this is the number. This is this, right? So this is the number that we're going to put in. And what this line of code says is pretty much loop this integer, which is going to be increasing from the 0 to before n. In this case, it's 6. So loop 0 to 5. So if I would be 0 for the first loop, and then the second loop is 0, I would be 1 until it's 5, which is before n, in this case, number 6. So I is going to loop from 0 to 5, which is before number n, in this case 6. That's why it's 0 to 5 in this case. So I gotta find something to return, right? Let's see. I don't know how this code is gonna go, but this is what we're gonna need. What we want, right? We want to make sure that it returns the sum of this whole thing, right? So let's see what's gonna happen if we return the sum of. Oh, can we just increment? Can we just increment this? Sum equals 0, right? So return, no, sum plus equal I. Can we do that? And then we return sum. Let's see if this works. Oh, it didn't work. Why? Okay. So it says input 6, return my output was 15. No idea why. Okay, sum equals 0. Why doesn't it include for I in range? Why doesn't it have the... So sum plus equals 0 pretty much means sum equals sum plus I, right? Oh, okay. So here's why. The reason it's like that. So it's adding up. The reason this is not working is because it's adding up from number 0 to number 5 instead of the element in the array. So it was adding 0, the next loop adding 1, next loop adding 2, so it's actually 0. It was what's happening here in this code is it's adding 0, 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That's why it's equal 15. Okay, now we know that. So the way we actually call the element in this array, the actual number of the I represent, is actually by doing this. We call the array first, and then we call the number in the array by putting in AR, which is the array, bracket, I. Now let's see how if it'll run smoothly. Perfect. Now we get the number, right? So let me show you one more way without using the array, which is okay, perfect. So the way we do the simplest way to do it, which I think I've looked at some solutions. I believe it was literally return sum AR. So the function sum is already written. So when you run this, you get out the same result as well, which is 31. Okay. Hope you guys enjoy it. I will update this every week or potentially every day for the next few months. And if you enjoy it, feel free to like and subscribe and turn on the bell. And yeah, and then you will be notified when I update. Have a great day.